Okay, now onto the rune Hagalaz. This rune represents hell. You know, ice falling from the sky. Uh, it can represent destruction as ice can, or hell, I would say, or ice in general. But hell is what the main focus of this rune typically is about. Also, destruction. Um, this rune can also, though, be used for protection as well. This rune can shield you while, although it can bring a great change, whether that be good or bad. It really just depends, really. Um, yes, indeed, this rune has a lot of negativity around it, but people got to realize that destruction isn't always bad. Through destruction comes the creation as well. That is something that a lot of people don't realize. First, you had to have destruction in order for a new creation to begin. Um, this rune can bring negative change in your life, but that is only if you need it, only if you need a lesson from it. If you do not need a lesson from it, a negative lesson from it, then that is what you shall not get. Um, sorry if I'm talking too fast here. It is almost nighttime here. Uh, anyways, as I was saying, the rune can be, it's like a balance, if you will. It can be positive, but it can also be negative if you allow it to be. Or just if it has to be, I guess, if you had to learn a lesson. I haven't, in my experience, I haven't really wore this rune a lot, but when I did, there was something kind of bad that, well, not really bad, it's just really, I don't know. It was kind of like trying to provoke a negative feeling in me, anger, and yeah, and I after that I kind of put up the rune, but it wasn't because of that. I can't blame the rune on my own anger and my own life circumstances, but it seemed like it was trying to nudge me in a way to, say something back, for example. And it was something that definitely needed to be said, but uh I couldn't say it at the time because it would bring these like destruction it would bring destruction consequences to me at the time. So, with this rune, I suppose it can bring out negative feelings as well. So that is something you have to keep your eye on. But it isn't all a negative rune. It can be a protective rune. It can bring great change. The change it brings is good, but if you don't have a backup plan, it can go really, really bad. Is all I'm saying. Uh, and okay, I had to. The storage was low and the video cut off, but that's okay. I can just merge this with the other video. But see what I mean? Sometimes with this rune, shit can happen, but it's not always bad. That's something people gotta understand. There was a time uh, of great change. There was a time in my life of great change, and it can definitely help shield you, but it can also bring about um, bad things as well. In my experience of this room, Although I haven't really used this rune a whole lot. It can be a really good rune to destroy your negative obstacles and stuff like that as well. You just gotta channel the power of this rune and not let it go wild. You know what I mean? Like hell can be destructive, so can this rune. Like for example, you buy a new car and all of a sudden it hails, and the hail can bust your windshields. That would not be fun. That would be enraging. I know that for a fact. So just keep that in mind when you're using this rune. It can also bring just any destructive forces like tornadoes, storms, you name it, but it doesn't always have to be bad. Sometimes, nature pushes us along, even though it may seem cruel or cold hearted by nature or life, whatever you want to call it. But I know for a fact that nature can be, brutal. So just keep that in mind when you're using this rune. What else are my thoughts on this rune? The rune can help you in a time of need if you're really wanting change, So, I already talked about the change part, the destructive part, the protection part. It can be like a barrier around you. And now, it can shit your life. I'm pretty sure I already technically said that. It can shit your life in a good way or a negative way. It just depends. It depends on nature and what you desire. Uh, I think that'll be all for this run. Now, I unexpectedly talked a lot about this run. I honestly didn't expect that, but wisdom is always good, to come out and come forward. So there's no bad feelings with that. But thank you all for joining in, and please subscribe, like, and comment and share. I say that, I have to say that sometimes because sometimes people just forget. That's fine. But, oh, yes, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one, y'all.